can I kick it? Yeah, don't ask me a thing, how I got her, how I did it. Yeah, spend the whole half, had a blast, can I kick it? Even with a sprain, pain, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain, can I kick it? Things ain't been the same, things have changed, can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask, can I?
It's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports, and we are at Wintry First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. Today we continue on in Wild Card Weekend with a great AFC matchup between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Cleveland Browns.
Austin Seibert to kick off for Cleveland.
The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC Wild Card game. Returnable here for Davis. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. From the gun, it's Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And they worked this well upfield across the 45. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Raider 1st down.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory.
The tackle.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. That's caught by Waller out left side.
Complete.
They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Back to the running game with Jacobs. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Carr. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Xavier Woods with a pick. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And, look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Now Mayfield. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. First down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. He finds some open field here. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
At the 27-yard line.
They run again on first down, Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, 27 yards. And the Browns have taken the early lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Austin Seibert to kick off for Cleveland.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Browns 7, Raiders 0.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Carr. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get on track in this one.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. He goes 52 yards on the punt return. And the Browns are able to strike quickly for 6. And we always talk about kick returns being so exciting on kickoffs. Punt return almost equally exciting.
And typically we talk about the kickoff return being the most exciting 10 seconds in football. Let's just cut it in half for a punt return and make it the most exciting 5 seconds in football. It's a great, glamorous, dashing play.
Austin Seibert to kick off for Cleveland.
So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Carrier.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, Carr. Man open, that's Henry Ruggs. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a 1st down, too. Operating from the gun, Carr. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards to play.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, Find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Throwing on first down is Carr. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down. To throw again. Carr. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Carr again. And Waller taking it in over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Not much there, only a yard.
At the 21-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion. And that makes this 2nd and 9. Carr to throw again. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 yards there, first down.
They ran that one well. And not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
They get this out left. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. Quick throw out to Gordon on the perimeter. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up the block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown.
Raiders.
Josh Jacobs taking it in. And the Raiders are back within a score. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite. But the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of a defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. Also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. Following the penalty, Chubb. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Tackled at the 25.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now, because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Mike 42, Mike 42. That's right, baby. They don't want it. Regular. 42, Mike 42. Let's go, dude. Mike's 42. Mike's 42. Squeeze, double. 42's a mark. 42's a mark. Alert. Up.
They go play action. Mayfield. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They're indeed going. It's Mayfield eluding the pressure. Now Mayfield lost the football. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. To throw his car. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
Las Vegas.
From 10 yards out. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
That ties the game at 14.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Raekwon McMillan just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Another try after the 1st down sack. Mayfield finds the open man. It's Mike Williams.
Mayfield.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
That's a gain of 10. Brings up 3rd and 7.
A dime look defensively for the Raiders on 3rd down.
Yeah, you're right. 2 extra DBs out there. Mayfield off the play fake. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Daniel Carlson to kick off for the Raiders.
Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the 2nd half of this AFC wildcard game. Taking it about the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the 2nd half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan is showing you.
4-yard line.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Check. He's checking. Check, nickel.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. And again, it's Chubb. A good comeback there after the penalty. 9 yards, and it's 2nd and 6.
Brought down at the
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
2nd and 6. Here's Mayfield. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. Well, they don't get a touchdown here in the opening drive of the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. The football comes out. Jacobs lost it. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
To throw on 3rd and 2. Got an open man. It's Ruggs. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
It's now 4th down.
Here we go on 4th down with Carr. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position.
Turnover on downs.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. Room here to run. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him, where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
Watch the curve. Watch the curve. 44 is the mic. 44 is the mic. Check, check. Oh, here we go. Oh. Regular. Hurry.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Check, Mike 42. Watch the screen. Check, 42. Run.
On the ground, it's Chubb. It was Isaiah Johnson there to make the stop.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now, if you're a play caller, You can do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit. Now you're behind, trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
From the 22, Mayfield. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Raekwon McMillan picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Mike 42, Mike 42. Alert, 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 alert. You got that. Alert, 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 alert. You got that right there. Check 37, check 37. Hurry,
On third down, it's Gibson, and he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down.
A 10-yard gain, but it's fourth down.
Mayfield to throw for it on fourth. And it's complete. Hooper. And the Browns are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up first and goal. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield rolling to his, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
But conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's second and 10. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Coaches preach all the time about opportunities and taking advantage of them. And he did exactly that. I used to have the coach told us all the time. A lost opportunity is never regained. Well, no regrets here. He picked that one off and took it to the house.
To kick off for Cleveland.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. Jacobs down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Big Andrew Billings there on the stop.
No gain on the play.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Carr, he'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Carr. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Myles Garrett able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Carr able to find Ruggs. That's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Got a man. It's complete. Williams loses the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Check. Pick up the ball. Whip. Watch the whip. Both balls to Mike. Mike's both balls. King. Tighten up. Let's go.
Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. And finding the tight end Hooper. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
27-yard line.
Now Chubb. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. The ball's still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run, so now a little soul-searching on 4th down. They'll run for it. Chubb fumbled it, and the Raiders pick it up. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
You and I have been around teams, and they all have goals for games, don't they? And every team we've ever talked to says what?
No turnovers.
Don't turn the ball over. 0. And they were that close to getting it done. Won't cost them today, but they'll hate that when they're watching the game tape.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Run. 44, come on. Time to go, night.
On third down, Mayfield. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Max Crosby picks up his second sack of the afternoon. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
And that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
35 yards that time on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10.
24-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And at this point, maybe you say, it was a good effort really just to make the playoffs. They couldn't win their division, but did earn a wild card berth. It does appear, however, that their season is just a few minutes away from ending. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 33. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Down Brown. And that one will pretty much